Hey, I'm Jaquela.
And I'm JR.
And this is the Leonard Experience. So in June of 2022, my family and I took off full time in this RV. So people have had a lot of questions and we're here to answer them.
So today's question of the day is, what states have you been to?
Okay. So, since June of 2022, we have been traveling from state to state, and we'll go through the list of states first, and then we'll tell you a little bit about them. So, of course, we've been to Florida because that's our home base.
We've also been to Maryland.
Yep. And we've been to Ohio.
We've been to Texas,
South Carolina,
Kentucky,
Alabama,
Georgia,
Indiana,
and Louisiana.
Yes. And then we've driven through several states as well. So we've driven through Tennessee,
Mississippi,
Virginia,
North Carolina,
and West Virginia.
And then by the end of this year, by Christmas time this year, we'll have driven through New Mexico,
stayed in Arizona,
and then
finish it off
California.
In California, yeah. So that's pretty much everywhere we've been. So again, we mentioned already that Florida is home base. So we've enjoyed Florida. We've been to several different parks, but I would have to say the top of my Florida list is the Florida Keys.
Oh yeah. Sunshine Key was phenomenal. Florida has two for me: Sunshine Keys and TTO, Thousand Trails Orlando.
Yeah.
Love those.
Thousand Trails Orlando is...
It's like the all-around best.
So Sunshine Key was more of a vacation spot, but Thousand Trails was more of a home base for me, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Then in Maryland
is where our first trip started back in June. That was our first road trip. Went out for my birthday, my mother's birthday.
Where we got COVID.
Where the whole family got COVID. Not just my five, but my mother, father, cousins, niece, nephews.
Yeah,
everybody, sister, everybody got COVID.
And then, but we got to see family. And then Ohio, that's where my family is. And so we got to see them. And Ohio was actually on the back end of the trip because before Ohio, we were in...
I'm looking at the map here, guys.
Before Ohio, we were in Indiana.
We started with Kentucky.
Yeah, so we started with Kentucky. We stayed there for like a week and a half. I got to see my girls.
Yeah, we were in Louisville, and we were all over Kentucky. We stayed at grandma's place. Yeah, that one was cool. On the south side of Louisville.
We learned what Kentuckiana was.
Which really isn't in Kentucky, it's in Indiana, but it's like
right on the border.
As soon as you cross over that bridge over the border there.
And then
that was the smallest, tightest, cram place we had ever been to. You couldn't even really open up your slide. You couldn't. You would hit the neighbors.
The neighbors were walking through their RV, and I thought somebody was walking through our RV. That's how close we were. And then when we left Kentucky, we stayed in Indiana. Really, they stayed in Indiana because I was going on a retreat with my girlfriends, all fit and stuff. And then they went to Ohio, and I met them in Ohio, where they got to hang out with some family.
We went several places in Ohio. I mean, we were in Cincinnati. We were in Columbus. We were in
Jefferson,
which is up there. Ashtabula, Cleveland-ish area.
Yeah. And that one was really cool. It was really beautiful up there.
Yeah.
And then
actually, I really enjoyed that park up there. What was the name of that park? We'll have to do a whole nother video on
Tennessee Lakes.
Tennessee Lakes was good. The only problem I had with that park, we had no reception, no cell phone reception.
We were detached from society.
I had to work at the office every day, at the little Thousand Trails office, because there was nothing.
And there's no offices. So when I was teaching a class up at the front rec center, these people come in and they're all loud and talking to me, and I'm trying to be all professional teaching my class, and I was like, I don't work here. She's like, well, you look like you do. And I'm like, I don't. Go away. And then where else, babe?
Yeah, we met a good family there that we still talk to this day. Actually, was just talking to them a few days ago.
And then
I'm looking at the map. Yeah, I mean, we stayed. I don't know how deep we want to go, but we stayed.
Alabama was cool. We got to see one of my friends from the Mommy Con.
Yes,
so
that was really good.
I host a conference
Shout
called the
out to
Mommy Con.
Adana Biggs.
Adana Biggs, one of my amazing friends and speakers, and we got to hang out with her.
Yeah, she took us down to that pier, that bridge over the water there.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how close to the water Alabama was.
Yeah. Then we went to Louisiana. We only stayed there a few days, but we got to get some beignets.
Dough.
He wasn't
Wheat
really.
dough bread. No, it was good. It was good. I didn't know I didn't know what it even was. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what it was. It was still good. Enjoyed the experience.
And then, of course, we've been to Georgia several times, but the most recent time we went to Georgia was we had to evacuate.
Oh yeah, Hurricane Irma. We were in Orlando. Once we saw that the track of the path was shifting to come through Orlando, that Tuesday we decided to pack everything up and we drove right over the border
to Valdosta. We stayed in Walmart. And they were so kind to us. Yeah, they were like, you know what? If you need anything, you let us know.
And we got a video about that. Bing, bing. It'll pop up somewhere. Hey, that's also where we used the laundry service that jacked up our laundry.
Oh my gosh. So our laundry didn't so much get jacked up. Our laundry didn't. We turned it in to them. We don't think it did. But we've got so many clothes that if something is missing, we don't need it because we don't remember. But I remember getting a bag of clothes back and I saw this toy in there. And I saw these rainbow suspenders. And I knew it didn't seem right. But I was just ready to get out of there. And so we took the bags home. We got all the way back to Florida after the hurricane. And sure enough, we had a mom and her daughter's clothes all intertwined in our clothes with our 3 boys. Like when you see rainbows and unicorns and pink and muffins and dolls, you know that ain't our stuff, right? But so that was our first time using a laundry service. I can't say I'm pleased, but I'm not against trying it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we've been
Texas,
so far.
Let me just say Texas. We're currently in Texas and it is freezing.
So cold.
Okay, this is
long sleeves.
Yeah. This is where we learned that, hey, our propane doesn't last forever because we've been full time since June. It's now after Thanksgiving. And this entire year we've been cooking, I've been grilling, and the propane needle is just barely slightly moving. But once we got to Texas, this cold weather, it's just been cold and wet and
we found out that we ran out of propane.
Our propane
on
zapped like
the coldest night. There was nowhere to go get propane, so we had to go to Walmart and buy some space heaters, which we then learned that you can't use really big space heaters in an RV because it will short the power out. So it was a whole thing. But we good now. We got some propane. We're gonna probably need some more soon because it's cold here. But yeah. But we had here in Texas has been amazing because we got to go to Bishop T.D. Jakes' church, the Potter's House. We've been there twice.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was really good, man. I'm really glad we went. And that was during the time change. So we stayed up late. We didn't get that hour.
We did not get that hour. That hour was gone.
We stayed up late, but it was like an hour and a half away. So and their service starts at 9. So we had to leave at like 6:30.
But yeah, and we have a host of family here in Texas. So my great uncles, my cousins, my brother and nephews, and
that's really the highlight. Yeah. We got to see her brother.
Yes, my brother is in the military. He has 3 sons and a wife, and I haven't seen his wife in 15 years. So it was really good to see her again for the first time, and we were so excited to see people. We forgot to take a picture, so I don't have a picture with her, but we did get to see her and stay in her house and park on her street. That was pretty dope.
And I got to see my aunts and cousins who I don't think I've seen in 30 years. I grew up with them. I haven't seen them since, man.
Yeah.
So that was awesome.
Yeah. So far, this RV life has given us the ability to see people who we haven't seen in years, to meet some amazing people, even right here where we are in Texas, our kids have made friends with the neighbor kids here, and like it's been a beautiful friendship. I mean, it's all boys and one little girl, sometimes two little girls, but they argue, they fight, they love each other, they take care of each other, they look out for each other, and then they fight some more. You know how kids are. So it's been amazing.
Yeah. I got the jam last week in Medina Lake, right outside of, what is that, San Antonio?
Yeah.
Texas. And then I just was actually out here talking to the neighbors across the street. They're over there jamming, playing some country and bluegrass now here at this RV park. So
yeah,
pretty cool.
So that's where we've been so far, and where we will be leading up to the end of the year. And you know, next year we'll see what happens. Where are we gonna go from there?
Yeah. Hopefully we'll be able to go up to the Pacific Northwest. Got some coworkers out there I like to hook up with. So,
yeah. And cool. I've been connecting with some of the women from my network, More Than Just a Mom, and we've been scheduling coffee dates and whatnot so that I can see some of my crew. Like, you have these amazing people that you meet online, and it's always cool to meet them in person. So I'm excited to meet with some of them while we're here in Texas as well. But yeah, so you guys asked, where have we been so far in our 5 months of travels? That's where.
Yep.
And we're looking forward to going to some other places.
Florida, Maryland, Ohio, Texas, South Carolina, Kentucky, Alabama, Georgia, Indiana, Louisiana.
And then it will be Arizona and Cali. All right, so there's your answer. We'll be back with some more answers next time. Again, I'm Jaquela.
And I'm JR.
And this is The Leonard Experience. Peace.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make sure you like, comment, and share. And don't forget to hit the bell for notifications.
Our list of where we've driven through, and I'm pretty sure we'll stop and eat just so we can kind of say we've been there. So, Florida, home base. We've enjoyed everywhere we've gone since we've been in Florida for the most part. And then... Okay, guys, get out of our video.
Come on, Shia.
Josiah, please be quiet for just like 5 more minutes.
You didn't see that I was going down the list?
Mm-mm.
I was like just jumping around. I'm like,
I didn't know what order you was going in.
huh? I went from here. You went all the way over here. I said this, and you went all the way over to there. You didn't go in any order.
You want to do it over?
It's just